They ordered like 35 truckloads of alcohol the end of January when this happened, and then Thyme oil. Those are the two ingredients for hand sanitizer and botanical disinfectant. So, and they limited all of us in early March, existing customers, so that new customers opening accounts could have access, and they have not increased prices. They said the only way they would increase would be if suppliers increase prices, which they did not. So yeah, they're not doing that. Yeah.
All right, so we'll get to that, and so we can start this. I'm really so glad you're on the call. All right, Melissa, so we'll wait maybe just a few more minutes.
Yeah, let's wait a couple more minutes. I see people still hopping on.
I say at 9:05, we just kick it off.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, Bob.
Morning. Hey, Kevin, Melissa.
Hey, Bob, how you doing?
Doing great.
You look like a radio broadcaster.
Well, you know,
Tune into the Bob Huffman podcast.
that's it.
That's
all,
cool.
all your problems will go away.
Oh, how much time you got, Bob?
Yeah. Hey, as much as you need.
Thanks, buddy. All right, we're going to kick this thing off in just about 15 seconds, huh?
Can you guys hear me?
Oops.
By chance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. When we start it up, Melissa will mute all, except for a couple of us, and then we'll talk through it.
Hi, William.
How you doing there, Bob?
Good. Thanks. Caitlin, good morning.
All right, Melissa, we ready?
Yep.
Okay, folks, thank you. Welcome to the Greater Concord.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, Kevin. I muted you.
Did you mute
There we
me?
go. There we go.
All right, I'm unmuted. Thank you. Welcome, everyone, to our first kind of Zoom check-in. We feel like as things continue down this path, this might be more of a regular thing for us. Just, you know, we're finding ourselves in a position to really share information, and I think that's a great spot for us to be. First of all, I hope everybody is safe and well, including your family and friends. I know this is a crazy time for all of us. So next slide, please, Melissa. Melissa is going to run the whole thing because she's the one most capable, believe me. So it's been awesome. And just because I said her name, just a shout out to everything Melissa's been doing so far for us. It's just been incredible. She's done such a wonderful job for helping us share information. But here's the quick agenda, what we're going to go over today. Zoom etiquette slide is next. Real simple stuff. We just want to make sure everybody's kind of clear on what we're looking for. I'll give a quick update on the chamber, kind of what we've done so far, where we see us headed. Melissa and William, and maybe I'll ask Tim to chime in on our social media and kind of what we're doing for our email marketing. And then we have a couple of business resource links that folks could go to find out kind of what's happening. It's a very short list. There's probably more to come, but it's what we've been involved with so far. And then at the end, what this is really for is to really get input from our members to maybe help educate us, educate one another, share some best practices, you know, just provide us for information so we make sure that we're serving you as best that we can. So if you could go to the next slide, Melissa. So pretty much, I know a lot of us already know this, but unmute yourself. Currently, everybody's muted, and we will lift that at the end. Know that you're on video, so anything happened behind you or how you're looking now is kind of what we're all seeing. So lucky you, because here I am. But, and then chat. Tim did a great job on his presentation. I don't know if people are on Mayor Tim's presentation, but he really utilized chat a lot, and that's at the bottom of your screen. So if you have things you want to share or information you're thinking about as we move through this, please type it into chat, and then we'll go through it and we'll answer those questions before we open up all the mics. I felt like Timmy did a great job. It worked well. And the same if you want to share a web address or a phone number or some key business, that's a great place to put it, is in chat. It works for all of us. Melissa's recording this, so if you miss anything, we'll be able to get that information back to you. Next slide, please. Thank you. Here's kind of our update where we're at. We've been meeting daily with the City of Concord and Visit Concord and us. And chime in anytime, Melissa or Tim or Elaine or William, if you want to you add to this. But we've been meeting and kind of taking this role of, taking on certain things. And I know Caitlin's had a lot to do with, getting food out and discussing on how we're going to do it. Getting on our different channels and letting people understand what's open and what they're actually really doing. Trying to share honest, firsthand knowledge of things that people are doing. So, Melissa, did you want to add to this?
Keep
You
going.
good?
Yep.
Okay. So, out of this came hashtag Concord Eats, hashtag Concord Cares and Helping Hands. And then lastly, the thing that we're looking at next is how we can help support what childcare needs may be. Is Tim McGallion on the call by chance?
I don't see him yet.
Okay. So the first thing that was kind of addressed was, hey, what are we going to do? Can people get food? Can they get supplies? Can restaurants stay open? And so we identified all those. We have an ongoing list that tells what's open. And then throughout those conversations, what blossomed out of it was kind of what's going to be the next thing. And we felt and feel it's childcare. That's kind of landed a little bit in my lap, which is fine. And so I'm working with Coco Kids and a couple of other organizations to kind of see what their needs are. And hopefully this week I'll get involved, I'll be able to get in with the powers that be of more of the direction that they're headed. And so then from this call, we like to identify maybe what the next need is so we can continue to kind of stay just a little bit ahead of it. As you all know, it's changing on a daily, heck, it's changing hourly, really. So we feel that's a good one. We're hoping to grab the next one out of that. We've kind of landed on medical a little bit right now of something we're going to start looking at to see what kind of needs those providers may need from the community. Like, do we need to deliver them food? What do they need? Those type of things. So keep that in mind as you're thinking through your day. But if we could go next slide. This is you, Melissa.
We all know social media is my thing, and emails. I send a lot of emails. You guys all know that. But the first one I want to talk about is Concord Eats. So Visit Concord has on their website a complete list, as up to date as we can right now, of restaurants that are either offering takeout, curbside delivery, or delivery services, whether it's through their restaurant or a third-party delivery service. So between us, the city, and Visit Concord, we wanted to try to promote as many restaurants as possible that are open that you can still get food from, and trying to still support our local community. So we came up with hashtag Concord Eats, and you'll see it all over Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, between us, the city, and Visit Concord, that we are trying to share as much information as possible. You'll see videos like Kevin going to get cheese zombies, or Tim at Agave, or if you were on it yesterday, you saw Amanda's son eating a Five Guys burger. He loves cheeseburgers. So as much as we can, promoting those restaurants, saying, hey, go get takeout from XYZ. Hey, they have this special offer. If someone has a family 4-pack, we're trying to promote those. So we're also encouraging everyone, if you are a restaurant, to reach out to us so we can get you on the list. And a press release went out last night from the city of Concord And then I will also repost it today. If you know of any restaurants that are open that want to be promoted, please send them to me. My email, Amanda, do you mind typing my email in the chat? My email's there just in case no one has it. But, or just tag us. If you see a restaurant, if you're eating out and you want to promote a restaurant, tag us in your post on social, and we'll share it. Colleen, no, they do not need to be a chamber member at this point. We are trying to support the local community as much as we can as a whole. So any restaurant that you see that's open that is not on the list, just send us an email.
But also the thing that we keep kicking around, and it has a lot to do with this call, is what are we missing? What other businesses are out there? What kind of services are provided that we're not sharing with our members? So I don't know, what printers are doing, our marketers are doing, where are they at right now? And the same with childcare providers. I mean, there's so many of them, and I can only imagine that some of these small businesses are so busy right now, oddly enough, that they're unable, and plenty are slow, don't get me wrong, but they may not know, we may not know that they need help, or we're not sure kind of where they're at. So that's kind of really, really important information. And I'll tell you, I find that our social media is, and I'm no guru or anything, but we're getting a lot of hits. People are finding out that we're giving out good, clean information. So we want to continue to do that. We'll only do credible sourcing, all that stuff is good information. So if you have it and you want us to put it on there, we have no problem. You don't need to be part of the chamber. We love it that you are. And we definitely will do everything we can for our members first and foremost. But don't make that be a stumbling block at this time. We're here to support all businesses because that will help other businesses thrive. There's connections throughout. So, and again, Melissa's been doing a wonderful job. She's quick to get things out. We've stepped up our presence. We feel it's okay to send a little bit more right now. And we're going to continue to do so. So
that brings me to point number 2 is tag us. If you have a post that you want us to share, just tag us on the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, even LinkedIn, just at Concord Chamber for Instagram and Facebook. And then our Twitter is at Concord Chamber 1 because we're number 1. Just tag us and then we'll share it. It doesn't matter what it is. I want to get as much information out as possible. And then number 3, thinking outside the box. For the businesses that might not be open right now or any other type of business, think outside the box of how you could promote your business on social media. That might look like Funk Mode has been sharing instructional dance videos. Sean Eink with 1212, he had kind of bounced around ideas of going on Zoom or FaceTime or whatever it may be and helping with home repairs. He can tell you how to do the repair. So not only are you getting the repair done, but you're also learning from that. So thinking outside the box of what you can do to promote your business. And I'm seeing in the chat, some of you are talking about different topics that you would like to talk about at the end, and we're making notes of those.
Yeah. As far as to answer a couple of there have been some restaurants that have closed. We're not sure if the closure is permanent or the closure is just through the current situation. We've decided, we have a list. We're just not adding them to the list. We're not saying close or anything like that. We're just not going to put them on the list because we don't want people to feel that the restaurant is permanently closed, once this is all over. So food safety of takeout food, I have not heard that too much, but I would use your best judgment. If you don't feel like it's a safe place, I wouldn't go to it, me personally. I'm sure there are I know there's employment opportunities at grocery stores without question. They've really been public about that. I don't know about service restaurant and grocers. On all that, I am not going to give my opinion or suggestion on information I don't know. So, but all these notes are something we can look into and put out a post. We're here to work for you on that.
Yep.
Do we ask the health department to address this? I think we could. I wish Tim was on. He might have more to that. But we can look into it, Tamara, and get an answer out, hopefully by end of day or midday tomorrow. We'll type the chamber Instagram and all that information in our feed, in the chat feed, if Amanda could do that. So, all right.
All right. So we're, like I said, we're really trying to up our social media and our email presence, just so we can get the word out about as many businesses as possible. We know after we come back from the shelter in place, it's going to be crunch time to help promote as much as we can to keep the local economy going. So anything you guys have, any questions you have, just feel free to ask.
That's a really good point, Melissa.
Sorry, just 1 second. Colleen answered. She's with Supervisor Mitchoff's office. She said she will check into the safety of takeout.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Colleen.
As a note.
It's awesome. Yeah, we really want to position our businesses and ourselves for as this thing goes away. I've been listening to a lot of information overseas and kind of what they're doing to as it starts to come back. I think that's important information for us, and we want to be set up for success for all our businesses and all our members. They talk about this V return. We want to be a big part of making that happen. So if you have information, we're stockpiling information about our members and businesses. William Chan, our membership person that you all know, he has done an amazing job of being on the ground, making phone calls, touching base with our members, find out what's going on. He's responsible of getting a lot of credible information for us that we're adding into our spreadsheets that we share with the city, that we share with Visit Concord, as is just that it's up-to-date information. And he's hearing the stories about, he's hearing stories real time about what our members are going through. So hats off to William. He's really done a great job. So thank you. Want to go to the next slide now?
Yes, and thank you to everyone posting our social media in the chat.
Yeah.
Excuse me, this is Melissa?
Yes, who is it?
This is Charles Brown, Workforce Development Board.
Oh, hey, Charles.
County. Hey, so we're really, of course, getting inundated, but it's okay. That's what we're here to do as far as outplacement services. So companies are calling us with inquiries on temporary layoffs, and so we're assisting them with conference calls with the state. So we are getting a lot of inquiries. So that's something. I'm going to check out our website, you know, just to know that information. But we are getting calls. We've already got, we call them warrant notices, and so we're getting a good number of warrant notices, as you can imagine. This is happening nationwide as companies can't maintain right now, and so they have to temporarily lay off. And so that's part of my charge as a rapid response coordinator. So I just wanted to be on the call briefly because I have to now reach out to a few companies. But I know the Spaghetti Factory is one that we received a warrant on, and a couple of other companies in Concord ever since last week. So just wanted to just touch base with you guys and just let you guys know that we have those reasons. Kevin, you there?
Hey, Charles, it's Kevin. Yeah, how you doing, Charles?
I'm doing well.
Can you put your link in?
We're also
Can you put your
in place, so I'm just from home.
Oh, good. That's smart. Can you put your information in the chat for us, please? Because I know you're a valuable resource, and you know, we'd like to share that.
I don't know
All right.
how the chat is. You mean it's online? Because I'm just on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. We can get your resource.
Oh,
Hello.
Patience is on the line. Well, okay. Go ahead, Patience.
Yes.
Hey, Patience.
Hi, Kevin and Melissa and everyone. Yeah, so the Workforce Development Board has a lot of information on our website, and we tend to put it up so that anybody that goes to the Workforce Development Board, you click on the employer resources, business resources, and you'll get all the information and links to, if you're a small business, you're trying to contact GoBees, you want to talk to SBA or EDA. And also Charles's name is listed there for the rapid response. Although he mentioned one, when people are laying off a large number of people, they can send a notice to us, but you don't have to be laying off 50 people to contact us. Even if you're just trying to get information on how you can help your staff during this period, you can contact and we can link you with Employment Development Department for other resources. However, our first advice is that you go to our website under Business Services and then see if that question is not already answered, because we have all the information laid out there for you. And we have Charles's email as well, so you can click on it. And then if you go to Workforce, but you can also send an email directly to the Workforce Development Board website. Directly from there, it goes to our inbox, and then we can respond to you.
Hey, Patience, is that the wdbccc.com?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, great. We have that up on the chat, everybody,
Yeah,
if you want
awesome.
that resource.
Yeah,
And
check the
click
chat.
on Business Services, please. We are working, although we're not in the office, we are working 5 days a week.
Okay, thank you very much.
You guys are welcome.
Great information, Patience. Thanks, Charles.
You're welcome.
All right, let's go to the next slide, Melissa, please. Okay, this is some Concord Business Resources, the Small Business Administration, and then Cameo in partnership with the Small Business Association. These are great resources. You could go to the City of Concord and link to all of them, but these are ones that we've kind of vetted out, and I also, and I think a few others on the call, sat on the Cameo presentation with the Small Business Association. It was very informative. It's on that link. You can listen to it. It's not all that long for all the information they give you. It's very clear and concise about how you can navigate to get financial funding if you qualify for your small business to carry you through this time. I don't want to quote dollar values or percentage rates, but it seemed through that link, through that information, that if you qualify, there are resources out there to help small businesses navigate through this. They can be used for anything, for payroll, for rent, for whatever your business needs are. And the qualifications didn't seem all that difficult. It had a lot of positive conversation around it. They thought they were going to have, a couple people on the call. They had over 1,500. They couldn't take all the people on the call. It was pretty interesting. So my recommendation would be to go to that Cameo. And if you have trouble seeing this information, we can get it to you. But that's good quality, real information in all of those links. So I highly recommend, if you're a small business and you need information, that I would start there and go from there. So let's go to the next slide, please. We definitely want to hear from you. We appreciate people that have been on the chat so far. If if you put it in the chat, we'll start reading through it. If you feel like you want to talk, just put it in the chat, and Melissa, I'm pretty positive, can unmute you, correct?
Yeah.
So
then you can talk about you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, if you want, you just say, Janet Smith, and then we'll unmute you, and you can give us information you want to share with the group. If that makes it easier than typing, that would be great. And because it's really what this is for, is we want to hear from our members, and maybe just if you could share some experiences, we would appreciate that. So let me look at the chat.
There was a comment about mental health from Jan Bennis from Platinum Clubhouse. That's kind of something that I've been tasked with the mayor, where as he's trying to finish out solidifying the senior food delivery and the neighbor cares program, we are looking at the mental health piece as well. So Jan, I did send an intro email to Tim yesterday, and then we have a call with him after this. So I'll follow up on that. But we do recognize that the mental health sector, that's something that we do need to consider as well.
Yeah, thank you, Melissa. And if at the end, maybe I can plug a couple of things that we're doing and see if any of the chamber members would like to help out in any way they can. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, go ahead right now, Jan.
Go
Yeah.
now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could see me. I can't see myself, but that's.
We can see you.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Well, anyway, so the Putnam Clubhouse closed on Monday, when everything went into place with the shelter in place. However, our staff is continuing to work either from home or actually coming into the clubhouse to try to provide our members with needed resources, specifically food and toiletries. We've been, so in the last 5 days, we've delivered 50 packages, which contained about 5 meals per package. We desperately need help to try to keep this going. We're looking for either financial help or stuff. So any kind of resources would be super helpful. Donations of canned goods. I mean, any kind of shelf-stable food is super helpful. Cup noodles. Our mental health community, unfortunately, a lot of them don't have access to be able to cook for themselves. So this needs to be stuff that's easily prepared. Pour some hot water into that cup noodle, canned stuff, Spam, anything that could be easily prepared, and that way we could send it out and people would have some food. Go ahead.
Sorry, Jan. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, so just kind of a little bit of a background. So on a daily basis, we serve about 50 members prior to this whole thing happening. That means that every one of those people received a hot lunch, and now that we're closed, that is obviously impossible. And we're just trying to help out in any way we can to the members that are at home right now, and we're also trying to keep our presence up on Facebook, on Instagram, on any platform we can access, and trying to engage our members. We actually started a virtual work order day, so members can join through Zoom and participate in meetings, and it's really taking off, and I'm super excited to be a part of it. We are a part of the Putnam Clubhouse, PUTNAM Clubhouse. Sorry, I saw a question pop up.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't introduce myself. Yeah, so my name is Jan, and I'm the director of Putnam Clubhouse.
And then just so everyone knows, Jan did send me a letter and listing off some of the items that they are requesting, and look for that in the email that we will be sending on Thursday. So that letter will be in that email.
Thank you, Melissa.
Yeah, of course.
So do you want to unmute Pedro, and then we'll unmute Serena?
Yeah.
Is that, please?
Pedro. All right, Pedro.
Hey, everyone. My name is Pedro Garcia. I am the Director of Business Development at ProCan Labs, the city's single operational cannabis business. And things are going good, steady somewhat. Obviously, everyone's struggling, but cannabis has been deemed an essential business. However, some of the roadblocks that we've been hitting is actually city functions. Basically, we're awaiting permits, and we're struggling to keep moving forward on the brink of, having to lay off a couple people temporarily because we're not able to get our permits because the city's kind of halting. And so I just wanted to share that. I'm not sure if everyone else is dealing with limited resources or limitations to their ability to keep working. And that's a big struggle of ours. So, that's kind of where we're at. We're fortunate enough to have had a good Q1. And obviously, as everyone has seen maybe in the market, that cannabis has been doing pretty good. A lot of people trying to stock up on their supply in case the world ends. And so ironically, we're still doing decent, but forecasting out, we're definitely struggling to see where the city's at with all of this. It's really difficult to get replies back, even though I have heard that people are working from home. And so I just wanted to share that with everyone and see how everyone else is doing with those challenges.
I guess I can answer what I've heard, not necessarily with movement through city permitting and those types of stuff. I know that was a problem for you, Pedro, prior to this. I could see how that could slow things down, but I don't know. But we definitely have a very good relationship right now with the city, and we've always had. It's just we speak to Tim every single day, basically. So I'll ask next time I'm on a call with him, or I'll hit him with a question in Slack on your behalf.
I appreciate that, Kevin. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Pedro. All right, you want to click on to Serena Chow. I'm sure she has some great information. And then Letitia, I'll answer your question after that on Coco Kids and all that stuff. We're working with them already.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for coordinating this call, Melissa and Kevin. It's been really great and really informative. And my heart goes out to just all the businesses and individuals that have been having to shelter in place. I work personally for probably the last Go Green manufacturer in North America. All the natural companies, 7th generation, Honest Company, Mrs. Burt's Bees, Mrs. Myers have all sold out. My company is working around the clock to provide Go Green consumables online to your doorstep via UPS. They're probably the last company that has hand sanitizer and botanical disinfectant in place. They limited all of us that have shopping accounts. I don't sell the products, but I can educate you about how to get them factory, wholesale, direct. And just a little bit of a success story, which I think positions our company. They dealt with this COVID virus in January in Shanghai because we have a plant in China. And because of the early measures that they put in place, none of their 2,000 employees or 140,000 customers in China have yet to contract the virus. As a result, our CEO with foresight bought 35 truckloads of alcohol and thyme oil, the 2 essential ingredients in our sanitizer, and disinfectant. So folks are looking for those, but also everything else. The only things that my company does not manufacture would be paper goods, which no one can find, and perishables, meat and produce. But with everyone sheltering in place, or folks that are are high risk, that don't want to go out, everything's coming pretty quickly. Our plant that services the West Coast is in Idaho Falls, and we have a second plant in Knoxville, Tennessee. None of our ingredients come from overseas. They're all, at least for all of our food and all that stuff, they're all garnered domestically. So if you want any information or contact me, I'll put my cell phone number in the chat box, and you can feel free to reach out. Happy to help.
Hey, Serena, maybe I missed it. Is your are your products provided for residential? Are they free? Or are they for the residents? Do you have to show?
It's like an online online whole food quality store, but the price point is more of a Target, Walmart, and it comes right to your doorstep.
It's quality products at a reasonable rate, basically. Now,
right.
Can you type that website in our chat, or have you already?
Sure, I can type it in. It'll just take you to the store. Like I said, I don't sell the products. Prices and things don't show up until you open an account. But 90-day empty bottle on every product in our store. And we're also pharmaceutical with regard to our supplements. So you know what you're getting.
Okay.
So let's see.
That's great information.
Thank you.
Did you have anything more to add, or are you good with
No,
that?
thank you. Yeah, I'll
Thank
put my
you very
information.
much.
Thanks, Serena.
Thank you.
Leticia, on the Coco Kids, we are working with them. I'm hopeful to be on a call with John Jones or a Zoom or whatever it is with John
Hello.
Jones.
Hello.
Hello?
Uh,
Oh, I'm getting feedback. I'm hoping to be on a call with John Jones this week to kind of find out, where they at with their resources. I talked to Monica Joseph yesterday on the phone, who's at the Coco Kids office, and they are diligently working on available childcare, where a list of who has vacancies and how we can get them there. Yeah, go ahead.
Kevin and everyone, hello. This is I'm getting a feedback. I wonder why. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can hear you.
This is Letty Kizon. I'm the Development and Communications Director at Coco Kids. And I just wanted to get the word out there that if anyone needed any childcare because of the school closures, and because some of our childcare providers are also closing, you can look for an alternative childcare provider. And I put out our website on the chat. It's www.cocokids.org. And I also left a number there to call, as well as an email address to email. So we are operating in a modified capacity right now. We continue to pay subsidy for parents who are on childcare subsidy. So everything, all payments are still going out to parents and providers on subsidy. Our food program is also going on, so we still continue to provide food for childcare providers. Provide food for children in childcare settings for providers who are still open. So, and I put our all the contact information out there in the chat for any more questions about childcare referrals or childcare questions. We're also, in terms of needs, our childcare providers are really small businesses, and they are struggling to find because they are asked to sanitize their places more and have the children be more conscious about hygiene. So we're needing more hand sanitizers, as well as disinfectant wipes. These childcare providers, they're not able to have time to buy these things until after the last child is picked up. And by the time they get to the stores at night after work hours, the shelves are empty. So we have boxes set up at our 3 offices. If anyone can spare, hand sanitizers as well as disinfectant wipes, we will really appreciate that. So, and I'm here to answer questions if there are questions about childcare. Thank you.
Thanks, Letty.
Thank
and
you.
Then, again, she put her information in the chat, but we can also share essential information that we're getting through the chat. We can also blast it out to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Letty. Thank you very much. To Larry and Tom, there was some information in the chat about unemployment. I do think that the information that Chuck Wojak supplied is the same information that I would say to look at. I do feel that that's one of the things that's evolving as this moves forward. So I would definitely keep your eyes on that. We haven't looked as deep into that yet, but it is on our list to kind of investigate that so we can help be a resource for what we know, because there seems to be a lot of information along the lines of unemployment and what's available. And I don't want to misinform people because, pay is a very, very delicate subject. So, and we've been having discussions at the chamber. So I will continue to look into that and see what resources are out there. I think there's a couple of different resources in this chat that would benefit at least a look from you if you're looking for additional information. So a couple other people. Harbor Freight still has some gloves and stuff like that. That's great.
There has been a question about the hotel industry. So Courtney, I'm gonna have you hop on, and then Elaine, if you're still on, do you mind unmuting, or I'll unmute you, just to provide some information about the hotel industry and how we can help them.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, this is Courtney. I work for Hilton Concord. I'm sorry I don't have a video right now, but we're doing the best we can with what we've got going. I just wanted to bring awareness to everyone about the devastation that the hotel industry is also facing right now. I hear everyone talk a lot about restaurants, and my husband runs restaurants in San Francisco, so I definitely think that that's very important as well. But hotels are kind of going a little bit unnoticed these days, and we are facing extreme devastation like we've never seen in anyone's lifetime at this point for hotel industry. I know that our company laid off, I would say, the majority of our employees very recently. So we definitely need to put in some efforts as a community. I was reading a really great article that a company called Noland put out recently that's a hotel resource, but they talked about the importance of the community way that we're going to get out of this instead of just trying to rely on, you know, things bigger than our immediate resources. So one thing that came up with a long time ago that I would like to give to kind of reinvigorate, maybe it can be a thing, a tagline: keep it Concord. I think that it would be a really great thing to market once this is all over, and so people can understand, and it goes around town, keep it Concord, to reinvigorate all of our businesses, not just hotels. But a lot of people that live in Concord maybe don't see the hotels as something that they necessarily need, but all of our businesses come and stay here. And Hotels Fund, if anyone didn't know, Visit Concord. And so that brings so much awareness to this town. So it's a big circle of, I'm having a tough time articulating this, but anyway, Keep It Concord, I think it speaks for itself, and I think it's something that we should look into marketing moving forward to get business booming again within our local resources once this is all kind of come. So that's basically what I wanted to say.
Hey, Colleen, do you guys still sell gift certificates? I think that could be a good one for us to promote. The hotels needing gift certificates. I mean, I saw something on Facebook, Melissa, about where people were saying, hey, don't forget the restaurants. They always support you during your needs for your fundraising, your school activities. Well, hotels always do the overnight weekend stays as well. So maybe I have my hands in some of the hotel community, and I can also talk with Elaine and see if she thinks it's a good idea to kind of remind people that the hotels have supported this community for our fundraising efforts, for all of our crab feeds and Little League things, that maybe it's time for us to take a moment, especially if we could go online, purchase that gift certificate, and we can use that you know, for ourselves or for our event, or I'm not sure what it is, but maybe that's a good way to give some healthy awareness to the hotels. Would that something you would be interested in, Colleen? Would that fit?
Courtney.
Do you think? Courtney? Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yes, we're doing gift certificates, I believe, on Yelp right now. So I think gift certificates would help, but I think what would really help, I mean, we get so much support normally from businesses hosting their meetings here. When they have trainings in town, they have their guests come and stay here. So I think just a resurge of that. And instead instead of maybe choosing Walnut Creek or another town, which of course I love and I want those towns to succeed as well. But for the neighboring businesses in Concord to keep their hotel business and their restaurant business in Concord to reinvigorate the city, I think should be the greater message.
Yeah, when it comes time for that's good. All right.
So, sorry, in the chat, Elaine Strauss, who is the CEO and president for Visit Concord, she said that Visit Concord will be sharing a marketing message with the community that will be an aggressive program for hotel recovery. And then she's up next, so she can explain a little bit more.
Hi, everyone, and thanks, Courtney, for sharing those really important views. And yes, so many of the businesses everywhere are really taking a hit right off the bat, and the hotels and the hospitality industry are the worst. So we have you, of course, this is what we do, and that's what Visit Concord does, is support the hotels for overnight stays. So we're going to be sharing, we've been working on it, a really aggressive marketing message, and all of these messages during our crisis plan is really a threefold opportunity for everyone. And again, it's community first, and that's what we're going out there right now. That's what we've been, as we've said, with the city and the chamber, to really find out what's open, how we can support, getting our food and shelter, going into our kids area. And then really, working on this interim, how can we support what's going on, kind of finding out with our key stakeholders how we're looking and what's open, and then getting ready for that aggressive recovery. But right now we are, unfortunately in that holding pattern for the hotels, as we have a shelter in place. But let's give out to those frontline workers that have to be there, super important, and the people that are there visiting, staying, and or living in the hotels and motels that are supporting this. And again, it's going to be a very large community effort after, as well as a regional effort, to really get people back into the hotels. And people do want to travel, they will want to do that, and we will be working aggressively with you at the Hilton, as well as all the other hotels. So thanks again for bringing that out to everyone.
Thanks, Lauren.
Cool.
Just so everyone can, people who can't see the chat, if they're just on the phone, Claudia with Gurnick Academy said that they are hosting an online workshop. They are a school for the medical arts. On March 26th at 11 a.m. It's an emotional health workshop called Work and at Home, Learning the 3 Essential Skills for Staying Sane During the COVID-19 Uncertainty. So we will send out information on that, so everyone has the link for it if you're interested in attending that.
Do you want to move to Caitlin, Melissa?
Sure.
Caitlin Sly, are you ready?
Sure. So I'm with Meals on Wheels Diablo region, and we have seen a huge influx in people needing home delivered meal service as people are finding themselves newly isolated. Especially, we specifically serve seniors, the over 60 population, and that is the population that's most at risk for the virus. So we're seeing a lot of people who typically would be able to get out and go grocery shopping and wouldn't need our services, but they are newly in need of home delivered groceries and home delivered meals. So we are trying to ramp up as fast as possible, and we're very lucky that we've had an outpouring of support from the community to step up and be volunteers and to help their neighbors. So we've seen almost as many calls just in this last week for food as we typically see in an entire month. So we've just been seeing our numbers explode. We're very lucky to be partnering with the City of Concord and Mount Diablo Unified School District to provide meals to people that are temporarily isolated in Concord. And so we have volunteers that are picking up those meals every day at the Mount Diablo Unified Central Kitchen, and then delivering those meals to people who have signed up for meal delivery service. We also have a group of volunteers that have agreed to go grocery shopping for seniors that are isolated. And so we're matching volunteers who are willing to go grocery shopping with seniors that need groceries, and encouraging them to order online, pay ahead, and then the volunteer can just go pick up the food and bring it to the client's house. We're having to do our meal deliveries completely differently because typically the volunteer hands the meal directly to the senior, and they develop relationships over time and may even give each other a hug. So we're having to make sure that people are maintaining social distancing while doing the meal delivery. And so we are providing plastic bags so that they can put the meal in the bag, hang it on the door, ring the doorbell, and then step back and wait for the person to come and pick up the meal that is hanging on their doorstep, or their doorknob. And so this, like everyone, we have a huge need for supplies. Our seniors are having, difficulty being able to get out and get paper goods, incontinence supplies, cleaning supplies. We're providing a lot of gloves for our volunteers, as well as a ton of plastic bags with handles. So those are all supplies that we need right now. We also have a lot of other services. So typically we do exercise classes and balance classes to prevent falls. Those have all been put on hold. And we're seeing a large uptick in the number of calls to our Friendly Caller program. So we have a program where we match volunteers with seniors, and it's called our Friendly Visitor Program, and they meet regularly. We've had to convert that all to over the phone calls, and we're seeing a lot of people reach out that want that daily call from a volunteer, because people going to back to the mental health subject, we're seeing a lot of people that are really struggling with being isolated and not having that connection with other people. So having volunteers that are able to do those calls is really important.
Hey, Caitlin, there was a question in the chat. Are senior meals being delivered in plastic plates with compartments or frozen? Many seniors who are signing up don't want the plastic.
I do not know the answer to that question. So the meals that we typically receive do come in like a little plastic container. I'm not sure how the meals from Mount Diablo Unified are packaged, because this is only our second day, but I can look into that.
Okay, great. And then Amanda in the chat has also put the Neighbor Express website that the city has created in partnership with Meals on Wheels and the school district. If you're interested in volunteering, you can sign up through there. But also, if you know someone who is requesting to be on the delivery service side of it, you can also have them sign up through that. So neighborexpress.org has all of that information.
Okay. Did you want to mention anything else, Melissa? Or the Aspire Pilates Center will begin online Pilates and dance classes. We're going to do our best with, send us those lists so we can help promote that. I think that's really starting to pick up speed, so that'll be a great thing for everyone.
Yes, we'll try to do as many of the links as we can, Donna.
Did you want to see if Colleen wanted to speak, or do you want to see if we just wrap it up?
Yeah, Colleen Eisenberg, do you have anything that you want to, any updates you might have that you want to share?
I do. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Colleen Eisenberg. I work for Contra Costa County Supervisor Karen Mitchoff. As most of you know, we're under the shelter-in-place ordinance that was first initiated with the county, but now is a statewide. And I wanted to just throw some resources out there for our local business community, because there are a number of exemptions, as most of you know. If you are a business and you're having questions about the exemptions, about what this means for your business, feel free to call our office. There's also a call center that's been set up to run every day from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And that's through the county health services. And I put that number in the chat, and I'm happy to put that in there. One of the best resources we have right now is coronavirus.cchealth.org. Has all the counties daily and then multiple times a day updates with resources, whether it's county departments and they're changing in services, or different guidance regarding our homeless population, what to do, and even just the number of coronaviruses in our county. So that's being updated continually, and it's kind of the county one-stop hub. If businesses have any questions about it, or just general questions about you and your family's health, feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'm always happy to answer anybody's questions, or at least work with our partners on the other levels of government to get those answers for you.
Thank you, Colleen. Great resource. Larry Tang mentioned in the chat as well that he works with the hotel industry with digital AVS. They are the Hilton's audiovisual company, as well as the visual company for the entire Bay Area, meaning they could come to your office. They set up large events, things that we've done. They've done in the Square of Concord. You know, they can handle all your needs. They did the mayor's lunch for us at the Concord Hilton, which was an outstanding event. And he mentions in here that, you know, if you wanted to contact him early for an event that you may have longer down in the future, to please reach out and do so, as they know that it can take months to put these kind of events together. So a great resource. They're great to our community. They're another one that's, you know, for the chamber especially, supported us immensely. So good luck to them. Do we have anything else?
Up next, I have Tamara, then Shelly Sire, then Mark Marino. Tamara, tell us what you guys are doing at the Pioneer. Tamara, did we lose you? Oh, here, wait, hold on.
I'm on mute. There we go. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Pete and I are, hi there. We're basically we're posting and we're gathering and posting all of the announcements, kind of like what we're doing here with the meeting. So as we get something from First Five, or from the chamber, or from the county, or from the city, or from Mayor McGallion, with or Meals on Wheels, with respect to a specific service or some assistance or information people have, trying to get all of those collected and put in a single place on our website, so that there's one place to go if you're looking for information. We're not going to get it all, but individuals, people that are following this, are getting bombarded with links and websites and information, and so we're hoping to be a way to gather all of that kind of in one spot. And just want to remind you, as we progress through the year, that any chance that anybody could support the Pioneer would be greatly appreciated, because this doesn't all happen for free.
That's a great point, Tamara. That's something for all of us to consider. You know, Tamara's newspaper goes out on a regular. It's good to, you know, get your ad in there and keep your business top of mind. I mean, I know it's tough times, but, you know, a lot of people use the Pioneer as a resource. Their Facebook presence is awesome. So I'm glad you got on the call, Tamara. That's great what you do for our community.
Thanks.
And I know it's a business, so.
Yeah, somebody
right.
out there.
It's not a charity, it's a business.
Oh,
yeah.
People will ask me sometimes, you know, oh, can you just put this in for us? Well, we're a nonprofit, they'll say. And I said, well, yeah, but we aren't. So
Yeah,
We'll do what we
exactly.
can. We do what we can. We support the nonprofits absolutely as much as we can, and public service. But we just still have to pay the printer because they're not a
Yeah,
nonprofit either.
right. Great job, Tamara.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tamara. Shelly Sire is with Express Employment, and she said that she has workers for essential businesses that need workers, and she is sending out her email address and her phone number right now. Amanda has also put the link to the Concord location for them. So if anyone is essential business and you need employees, please reach out to her. Oh, let's see, here is her email. And then here is her phone number. So I just put Shelly's information into the chat. Tamara, yes, I can save the chat thread, so I'll make sure I gather all the links and all the phone numbers and information into one, and then we can send that out to everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Mark, what do you guys have going on?
Good morning, everyone. This is Mark Marino, Communications Manager for Six Flags Discovery Kingdom and Hurricane Harbor in Concord. So real quick, like many businesses, all of our operations, with the exception of those that protect our various assets, have been suspended. But while our parks have been closed, we've been looking for ways that we can offer up the resources we have available, whether that be our parking lots, our employees, our expertise in certain areas in some way, just to assist the community. So for an example, for our park in Vallejo, we're teaming up with the Courtyard Marriott across the street from us, who obviously, like many of the hotels in Concord, have been hit pretty hard, to host a blood drive. And it just does a good job of building goodwill in the community for when we are ready to do business again. People remember that. And I do believe it does make an impact while we are limited with what we can do with what is going on right now. So if anyone has any ideas or opportunities where you think Six Flags might be able to team up with you for something in Concord, please do reach out to me and let's connect. I'll go ahead and put my email in the group chat.
Great, thanks, Mark.
That's great, Mark. That's really great. What is Brian Nunley saying down here? Brian, did you want to talk live to everybody? Nope, sorry. Am I jumping out of line, Melissa?
No.
Brian, you want to talk to the group? Do you see him? Do you want to unmute him? I'm sure Brian will talk.
Brian said he has no microphone, but just for everyone that does not have the chat, he said the City of Concord is hosting a business resources page with key links to the key governmental agencies that have accurate, reliable information. It's not a laundry list that some sites have. It is instead intended to get you to each of the organization's websites so that you can then look for additional information. And that is on the resources page right here. And again, all of this information will be sent out to everyone.
Okay.
Bob Huffman, you are offering this. Bob Huffman is offering free leadership coaching for managers. He has about 1 to 2 hour slots. He could do it via Zoom or phone. Bob, do you want to speak on that a little bit? Bob, oh, you're muted. There you go.
Hey.
All right, Bob, take it away.
Hey, yeah, just really quickly. So this is just what I do for a living. And I know with people being so uncertain in terms of what's going on in the future, it really sort of turns the card over for managers and trying to be effective with their teams. So I just said, you know something, for the next 30 days, I'll do it free. For any manager, any industry, profit or nonprofit, we can do a Zoom call. We can be on the phone for 1 to 2 hours. I'll slot it in and we can just talk about what you're going through in terms of trying to manage, trying to communicate, trying to make decisions, be more effective with your teams. As your teams are sort of being dismantled, you know, what do you do as a manager? So those sort of things is what I specialize in, and I'd love to help. My website is rhleadershipcoach.com. And yes, it's on the house, no cost.
Thanks,
Way
Bob.
to go,
And then
Bob.
that information will be also sent out in our Thursday email. So the point of the email that'll be going out today has information like the city's website that has business links, the resources for the neighbor program through the city and Meals on Wheels. So today's email is a little bit more informational, and then Thursday we'll kick off supporting the members with anything that they have. So again, if you have any of that you want me to blast out between social media and the email marketing, just send it to me. Hannah, Seminario hospitals are in need of. If we don't take care of our healthcare workers, will not be taken care of. Johanna, do you want to say a little bit about that?
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, my sister works at John Muir, so this is very close to my heart, and they are short of masks, gloves, and gowns, and they're not allowed to wear them because they're in such short supply of them that if their patient does not have COVID or hasn't tested positive, they're not allowed to just wear a mask unless it's a positive test. So they are being exposed to possible COVID as they have these other patients in the hospital. So if anybody has any resources to get any of these supplies to them, they are accepting them at the John Muir Walnut Creek. And I know Kaiser's also in need. I do have also a family that work at Kaiser, and they're also in need of gloves, masks, gowns, anything that could help and protect them.
Yeah, it's surprising, but I've heard the same through some nurses that we know personally in our family. So that is a real issue. So I'm not even sure where the resources are where we would receive those things. But as we're out talking in the community, maybe that's keep your ear to the ground on that type of information.
Yeah, I mean, definitely anything helps at this point.
Yep.
Can I add something about the masks? It's Serena.
Sure.
Yes, please.
So my brother-in-law works for 3M, and they make a lot of those masks. And so a couple people in that manufacturing plant tested positive. So they had to shut it down to disinfect it. So I'm sure, that's why a lot of the supplies that come from them stopped. So, but it's the same with all the hospitals. So hopefully that'll be back online soon. But I learned that a couple days ago. And I don't know when exactly it happened. So just.
All right, thank you. That's good information too. Okay, I think this is about the time.
Wait, we have more. Satinder?
Hi there. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Kevin and Melissa, for putting this together today. Good morning, everyone. My name is Satinder Malhi. I'm the Associate Director for Government and Community Relations at Cal State East Bay. Just a couple of quick campus updates that I wanted to share with the community. So our Concord campus, like our main campus in Hayward, along with our branch campus in downtown Oakland, have all moved to 100% virtual for the duration of the spring semester. So the Concord campus is closed. We do have a very minimal staff presence there, but all of our students now have moved to online instruction. The majority of our students who are housed at our Hayward campus and our residential dorms have since moved out. We do have essential staff still on hand to provide for those students who have no other place to go at this point in time. And then I also wanted to just echo something that was just shared a moment ago regarding the shortage of masks and other related personal protective equipment that many of our local healthcare providers are facing at this point in time. So Cal State East Bay did provide whatever we could to to Kaiser hospitals in the area. We're trying to see if we have some more to spare, but I would encourage all businesses, if you know of someone that has this gear to spare, to please get it into the hands. Kaiser, John Muir, Sutter, Those are just some of the ones I know they would appreciate anything and everything that you can spare during this time. So I just wanted to make mention of that. And I hope everyone out there is continuing to stay safe and healthy during this time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Satinder.
Thank you.
Does anyone have anything else? Vinny with East Bay Disc Centers. He wants everyone to know that you should go get adjusted. It helps support and boost your immune system. And he'll send me some information and I can send that out to everyone. Caitlin, Tamara is asking if you're still there.
Well, we could just mention the great American Takeout is tonight on Tuesday. You'll probably see that all over social media. So tonight is the night, if you haven't been doing so already, that you'd want to support some of these local restaurants in Concord preferably. So,
and we'll go ahead and we'll put the link to the Visit Concord website that has the list of open restaurants. Again, there's probably more that are open that we just haven't heard about, but this is the list that we have information on. So we will go ahead and put that in the chat as well.
And then look like Tamara asked if Meals on Wheels is needing drivers.
Yeah, I'm typing a response in the chat right now.
Okay, thank you. And then does Diane want to speak on the entrepreneur's impact using Facebook algorithms? I'm not sure on that.
Diane, do you want to speak on that?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make a quick comment. I know we have a lot of restaurants and Aspires, Pilates Center, a lot of small, independent businesses. And I was listening to a training the other day that was actually sponsored by Facebook, and they were trying to explain how the algorithms work. So let's just say you're a carpet cleaning company and you have your personal Facebook page, and all of a sudden you post a special on carpet cleaning and none of your friends are responding, and you're kind of like, wow, it's not like, why is nobody responding? It won't show up on all of your Facebook friends' wall unless at any point they showed any interest in carpet cleaning or anything that you're mentioning in your copy, because their whole goal is to keep you on your news feed. So what they post or what they show of all your Facebook contacts is whatever has been of interest to you. So if you run a carpet cleaning business and you put out to your 1,000 Facebook friends that you have a carpet cleaning special for when this virus passes and nobody comments on it, it's because they're not seeing it on your wall. So what'll help that is if you've got previous, let's say you've got 30 of your Facebook friends are previous customers that are happy with your carpet cleaning business. If they go on and make literally a one post testimonial about it, it'll change the algorithms of how your business is then exposed to the rest of the Facebook, all of your contacts. So I don't know that most people know that. And so I found that really helpful. So if you're a small business or an entrepreneur and you're posting stuff and only your 30 friends are commenting on it, it's because that's the way the algorithms run.
Well, that's great information, Diane. Appreciate it. So, but it benefits us to share if we see it, though, right? It benefits our friends.
Oh, absolutely. So if I have a client who loves one of the Mary Kay products and they hold the product up and they say, I love this Mary Kay product, the mention of my business will then change the algorithms of who ends up seeing my messages. So if you've got a happy customer or a family member that has eaten at your restaurant, or like for Bob's coaching, prior people who have had any success with his business, if they go in and just comment once, it changes the way the newsfeed shows. And my business is included. So when my customers post their favorite product, it helps my exposure as well.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you everyone for some great information. There's some tips going down in the chat right now, based on kind of what Diana just said, and then also some additional information about masks and gloves and wipes, and people have been generously sharing their phone numbers, their contact information. Like Melissa had mentioned just a few moments ago, we will compile all this information and send the deck out to our members. I'm sure we'll send it out to everybody, right? If you want to make certain you get this information, and you're worried that we don't have the correct contact information for you, just send that to myself, Melissa, Amanda, or William. You can find our information on our website. With that being said, in this wrap up, it's great how many people became on this call and were active. I have to say that, you know, being relatively new in this position, but on a fast track, that I can't express how much I appreciate Melissa, William, and Amanda for all their hard work. I mean, these people, you know, there's whatever, 4 of us working hard for our members. We're really gathering information. We're kind of knee deep in this thing, and it's interesting, and it's not easy, and we've had to make adjustments. We respect our members. We respect what everybody does, and we're here to serve you through this whole entire event, and also, you know, in the future. And please share information. We want to be that hub. We want to be the group that gets everybody good, clean, quality info. So please share what you have with us, and we will make sure we do our best to give it out to everyone. Lastly, be safe, stay 6 feet apart, all the blah, blah you heard. I, for one, believe that it works. So, and I'm practicing it myself. My kids want to kill me. I'm sure my wife does too, but that's not even during this time. So we're getting through it all. And again, I appreciate the outpour of people coming onto this call. So I'll wrap it up with that. Melissa, did you have, or William or Amanda, anything else to add?
No, thank you, everyone. Be on the lookout, like I said, on our social and everything. We're trying to keep that most up to date. That's easiest. Like Dan was saying, if we can share the information, that helps your business. We try to get our members to like it too. So our social media is probably one of the quickest ways to stay up to date on what's happening with our membership.
And we'll leave this link open for a couple more minutes if people want to add information on the chat line. So thank you. Thanks to everyone. And then once it stops, we'll shut her down. So, all right.
Thanks, everyone.
William, you good?
Yes.
You don't want to say nothing.
Melissa, Kevin, nicely done. I do want to add that the reason why we work so hard is because we do have an amazing group of chamber members, and we wouldn't be doing what we're doing unless it's you know, for you. So thank you very much for all your support as well.
All right, folks. Be safe. Oh, hang on, Tamara. Thank you. Thank you for reminding that, Tamara. I sent a note out. Don't forget to watch the board meeting. Most importantly, before 3 p.m., if you could write a letter. I sent our information to you through email yesterday.
Yeah.
And there's links there. There's an email address to the city clerk at cityofconcord.org. Where you would want to send a letter about your support, if you support it, which we do as the chamber, support the redevelopment project happening at the Naval Weapons Station. This is phase 1. This is the same thing that kind of got kicked down the road here a little while ago. And the decision is hopefully going to be made this evening if it moves forward with Lennar or not. So I encourage you to watch it, but I also strongly encourage you to urge you to write a letter. There's examples you could send, and let's make sure that our council knows that businesses want this to happen. All right.
I just wanted to ask, when's the next one? When are we doing this again?
We'll put something out for sure. I would think in another week or so. Well, it all depends on how things are going. Does that sound about right, Melissa?
Yeah. If
We
anything
weren't
else,
sure
it's
how
just,
easy it was going to be. It seems pretty easy. So I think it would benefit to, just chat it up, share experiences, a little less structure.
it's like a virtual mixer for us. I appreciate it. It was
Yep.
very Yeah. informative, and good job, you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Chuck. And thank you for
Thank
putting
you. We
everything
should
in the
probably-
chat. You did a great job, Chuck. I'm fast at that, so I figured I would help. Thanks.
Yeah, well, that helps a lot, and I feel like we should probably maybe talk about having a virtual mixer, maybe an evening one around a cocktail or something.
So, and that's something I'll contact you guys about. I'm debating whether or not to offer live stream coaching, not like the other guy was doing, but live stream help. People are holding more and more meetings like this, and not everyone. Hopefully, everyone that connected to this call sees how easy Zoom is to use. Right. But there are other platforms out there, and that might be something that Larry and I at Digital AVS, or just me as Chuck Wojak, might be offering to help businesses that need to live stream. Whether it's through a webcam like this, or Yeah. a service that Digital AVS offers is live streaming through a larger platform with professional cameras. So we did that for a client of 450 people. We're supposed to attend a meeting, and we had 6 in the room, and everyone else connected through online streaming platform virtually. So
Yeah, I was there that day when you were setting that up.
yeah. So that's another thing that I may be putting out to you to send out, Melissa. That'd be great. This type of stuff to help people get the best use out of it, because it could be that we're conducting meetings like this in the business sense for a long time now. We just don't know.
Yeah, I would agree. Chuck, you should get us all that information, man.
Yeah,
That stuff we should be
definitely will do.
sharing. And, even if you wanted to set up virtual, meetings with people to explain what you could do to them,
Yeah.
do for them, that
There you
might
go.
be huge. Who knows if someone doesn't have a home business that they may need to, chat with people throughout the world. And if it's,
Correct. And you don't have to
a
have
big
anything
deal.
set up right now to do it, but sometimes just having that unfamiliarity with the technology. And that's where I hope to kind of help. So yeah, I'll be putting that together. I just wanted to hop on this today and see what you guys were doing. Thank you to the people that posted about the employment resources. We are trying to be an employer that continues to pay our employees, because but the discrepancy is the small amount that they get through unemployment Right. right now.
So
So
I didn't want to say it on the thing, Chuck, but I know there's another thing. If they call in sick, there might be some additional funding. Look at EDD if you call in sick. I haven't, vetted it out, so I don't want to be putting this stuff out.
no, I saw those
But,
different things. It's hard to navigate. What would be
Yeah.
helpful is if we get someone with that kind of knowledge on here from either Contra Costa County or EDD that maybe can help business owners navigate that want to do right by their employees.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to be family first and stuff, but we don't
Yeah,
want.
man.
No one wants this crisis to force their business to go out of business. But
Right. Right. And I don't think that the state or the government wants that either.
right.
So you know what? I'll do my part too. I can connect with you, or me and you. Let's try to share information. I'm very guarded on sharing information. The worst thing for me would be to put out some information that isn't clean. So, as we kind of research, if you find good things or good links, let's just send them, share them to one another. That's really what we need to do right now. I'd have 5 or 6 of us working on this issue is better than just one, because navigating that stuff is just insane, even to get to
it is. Yeah.
Close to answering your question,
Yeah.
So
Larry just messaged me. One thing I'll contact you about, if anyone is still listening, one thing I may set up, and we'll have to check to see what we're allowed to do with this, but I may set up a streaming station at a location, and any Concord business owner or surrounding area business owner that needs to come and host a live stream meeting without any of their own overhead or laptop or webcam, we may offer that. Stay tuned. We'll get you more information about that. But that may be a service that we can offer. Yeah. Ready to go. They can drop in, just let us know, hey, I need to come by and host a meeting, and we'll give them a link they can send to their people. We'll have the camera, the microphones. They can drop in and quickly disseminate information in a more professional setting environment, like with what I have behind me now, type thing. We'll set up a virtual set for them.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I want to be sure that we're allowed to have people come in and do that. But that might be an option for businesses. So anyway.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Chuck.
That's great. All right.
Take
Thanks,
care.
Chuck.
All right, everyone, we're going to log off. Stay tuned if we have another meeting coming up in the next week. But thank you again for everyone. We really do appreciate you, and anything that you guys need, you know where to find us.
Right on. Awesome job, Melissa.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.